What a beautiful day with a beautiful lawn, and here I am interviewing one of the chicks. So this here is one of our barred rock hybrids, and those are our puppies chasing a ball. It's right there, I can see it. So, oh, actually this one, no, you're a barred rock hybrid. So they're actually really hard to tell apart between barred rocks and Jersey Giants, which are the two main varieties that I have out here. And they're both predominantly a darker color. In the Jersey Giants case, they're just straight black most of the time. In the barred rocks, they're black and gray striped. And one of the differences that there is between the two of them, if this little guy will show us, hey, settle down, is his feet. Hey, there we go. So one that ends up looking more like a Jersey will actually have very, very dark feet. So let me just wrangle this guy a little bit. Yeah, chick wrangling. So this is what they look like after about 3 days. They're very, very small, very, very loud, and they've got these little almost vestigial wings. They stick them out and act like they're flying when they run fast, and they're pretty quick. By the time they're this age, they are very difficult to catch if they are on the ground because, well, obviously you don't want to step on them, and then they're already very, very fast. By this age, if they knew how to hunt, they could probably be very effective insect eating little guys. And in fact, at this age, usually what the mom will try to do is, I mean, she'll go after seeds and stuff, but to grow, and especially to grow as fast as chickens do, they need lots and lots of protein. Yes, you do. And so what we do is we feed them a 20% or higher. I think that one over there is higher protein content, and that's mostly for our waterfowl. I anticipated having ducks, but thus far we have no ducks. But let's see if we can show you them moving around. All right, and this is them moving around. We're gonna let this guy go. There he goes. And as you can see, they're very fast when they want to be. And just this morning, I ended up finally teaching them how to use the nipple over here. So this little thing is hopefully going to save me quite a bit of trouble. Having open water designs with chickens and most farm animals, in fact, is just an exercise in creating a mess for yourself. Obviously, especially at this age, they walk in everything. They walk and poop in their food and any open water they let out. And even this little water that I've been using to make sure that the very, very new ones can figure it out. I don't know how well you can see, but apparently, and I didn't know this until this hatch right here, chickens, when they're babies like this, shed so much, but it's small, so you don't notice unless you look inside the water very carefully. My goodness. And the incubator, actually, they each make about a cotton ball every day. They're crazy how much they shed. It's very funny. Oh, that one figured out that you can put her beak on the lower end side there and just hold up and just drink. Let's see if she does it again. That was funny. That's a good idea there, little chick. So, as you can see, they do have feathers at this age, or at least they're trying to. I don't know if that's just certain chickens or I've got a genetic abnormality in some of my hens, because you can look on these other guys, you don't see nothing. And they're all about the same age. See, this guy here doesn't have any. But this guy here, he's got wings, feathers, and I think another one had some smaller versions, but in my experience, a lot of those ones, they'll get feathers a little early, and then they won't fully feather out for months, which is very abnormal as well. I had two hens in my initial flock starter from my hatchery that just they did not feather out. I think one of them ended up not making it, but the other ended up actually being my first hen that had any luck brooding for herself, and I believe I named her Gadnock, Breaker of Worlds. So, oop, somebody got bit in the butt. So they're pretty super cute at this age. But this one, and that one, and I'm missing two, which are probably underneath the heat plate, are all Barred Rock Jersey Giant hybrids. And this guy here, you can see, maybe a little bit easier if I did this. We have an all black face, as opposed to the other ones where they have a little bit of like almost cat eyes. And here, yeah, you can see that pretty good like that. And it's, yeah, there you go. They're lighter on the underside. Those are all going to be Barred Rocks. Well, Barred Rock Jersey Giants. But the ones that are very, very dark overall, those ones will end up being the Jerseys, as I recall. But it's been a little while. And these are my first brood. Huh. Little chickens. They're so cute. And that's what they do to drink, so they're still drinking out of this thing, but at least they know how to use that. And once that's done, you guys are done, because we've just got, it looks like just one more chicken. So out of about 22 eggs, I lost all but 7, it's looking like. But we'll see. I don't want to discount my chickens before they hatch. Ooh. But, I mean, that's probably pretty good, especially given this is my first attempt. So, and about 5 of them just weren't fertilized, so there was no amount of incubating or skill that would have made a chick out of that egg. So, gotta have something for that. So, yeah, they're set up with food. The first week or so, you can leave these things on the ground. Usually you won't run into too many problems. After they get to be a little older, they will perch on everything. And when they perch on stuff, they're going to poop on one side or the other of it. And then you have a mess. And so I'm not sure what I'm going to end up doing for the food, but what I'd very much like to do is have 2 PVC things out here. One for food and one for water. Unless I decide to hook this up to my actual hose system with like maybe a hose I place on the outside. Something like that. Something where it's very, very difficult for these guys to poop all over something. So this is my attempt to get to a very low maintenance brooder box. So we have the tray that I can pull out. We have this fence stuff here, and I probably will, once these guys are old enough to no longer need the heat, they're probably no longer going to get the pine shavings here. I've got a waste bin, I've got a floor. The pine shavings are some to control waste, but they're also to kind of insulate these little guys. It's about 60 out, well, probably closer to 65 or 70 right now, which is still way too cold for them. And you can see that they gravitate towards this corner over here because the back wall is very solid and it's far away from any drafts. And we are sealed in pretty good, except for the ceiling here. I've got some openings here, but they're pretty well sealed in here, so they can probably do okay if they all group up together like a bunch of dang penguins. They're so cute, though. Hey, let's make sure we got 2 over here and we didn't lose one or something. Uh-oh, let me see here. 4, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, no, we're good. So we have 6 in here and 1 inside. That's right. It's like, I think I'm short a chick. And so, yeah, I've got a pretty good setup here, finally, I think. This is way better than doing that little chick corral and leaving like a plastic tub in your house. I would encourage anybody that's looking to do something like this to build themselves a little box. I went way overboard on this thing. This is, I think, $250 of lumber. I definitely didn't need to use plywood as thick as this, but I did want to lift it up with the tractor. So if you pick a spot and you plant this thing, or if it's small, you probably don't need to. But I went 23-30 seconds. A lot of 2x4s. I think there's 10 incorporated just into this design. And then any scrap lumber that I happened to have around actually went into the door, as you can see. That's obviously not the same piece as this, which is actually a 2x3. And this is a 2x3. And this thing is made out of 2x3s because I was going to use 2x3s for perching spots for my chickens in the main coop, but I ended up building this first. No regrets though. These guys seem to be doing really well. I think they've been outside for 4 or 5 days now. It feels like 4 or 5 days. It's probably just 4. Yeah, Friday, and then the weekend, and then today. So yeah, they've only been out for 4 days, but it's been very, very cold during that time. We have temperatures that dip into the 50s or high 40s out here, and heat plate has kept them warm, as well as the brooder box. They're eating pretty good, and finally they're using this guy, so you can kind of get an idea of where the water is now. Pretty close to the top. I expect to see that thing start to empty, so that I know that I'm getting really good market penetration on usage here. But yep, it looks like they are jumping down in here, but I'm guessing jumping back up too, because I see poop there and there. So I need to figure out a way to seal this off. Yep, just a piece of wood right there at the top would have probably stopped both of those poos. So we'll have to get to that. Probably not today. I have a lot of stuff to do. I'm just procrastinating right now with making YouTube videos.